say them niggas bad. Yep. I'm a bad motherfucker. I got them niggas bad. Yes. I missed y'all, but we back. I love it. And you are now talking to Mr. Legendary. Woo! We're going to go ahead and get this started. A lot of my videos are centered around relationship advice. Why? I feel like I've done enough time in this world in relationships, in and out of relationships, and learned enough to be able to provide solid, logical, non-emotional advice and provide information to females and males. What tends to happen a lot is we got so many level up channels. We got so many females are goddesses, females are beautiful, worship females. We got so many channels and information out here just literally telling everybody females are the ish. I get it. But the part that I had to learn growing up, because I used to be full-fledged females are the ish, worship them forever. What happened to me was I started asking, how are you the ish? Why? Why are you the ish? And majority of females couldn't come up with nothing besides, I'm beautiful, I'm bad, I'm a bad. I got that wop. That's what they would say. And I don't think a lot of y'all realize that if you bad, there's always gonna be somebody better. If you got that wop, there's always gonna be somebody else who got a whoppier. Don't quote me on that word. I just made it up. I get it. But there's always gonna be better. So if that's all you got to go on is looks and sexual intercourse, why should I worship you just for that? Why is looks and sex the end all be all? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Steve Harvey again. I know I bash him and I say a lot of things about Steve Harvey, but I need y'all to understand that as a man, even though the things that he gives advice on this channel is strictly for his business, for his brand he's trying to promote. As a man, there's literally some things, I don't care how much money you're trying to make, there's some things you absolutely just cannot agree on. It don't matter how much you try to, you just can't. And I actually found a video from Steve Harvey where he gave a young female advice. We can listen to it. Listen to about 3 minutes of it. He gave a female advice and he said what he needed to. He could not twist this in a way to make it to where the female was right. There was no way he actually could do it. Let's listen to what Steve Harvey said.
So Steve, I recently just moved to LA about 7 months ago. I left behind a 3-year relationship. We lived together, 2 separate bedrooms because that's what I wanted. I just cannot be underneath a guy 24 hours a day. So now he wants to move to LA. Now he's talking marriage. He also wants kids, and I absolutely do not want kids. Not only that, I don't even want to be in the same household. I want a 2 separate household marriage.
The title of this video was, Hey Steve, 2 household marriage ? She doesn't want kids. She doesn't want to be around a person for too long. She doesn't even want to be in the same household as a person. Then let's let Steve finish giving his advice.
So
what?
I want a 2 separate household marriage. Don't judge me because
I'm just listening.
okay.
I'm a judge here in a minute.
All right.
I just need to hear.
All right. So.
Oh, the judge ain't coming. I just need to hear all the facts. So you want a 2-household marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. He knows a little bit that I don't want the kids. He doesn't know yet that I want the separate household marriage. So before he moves out here to LA, I hadn't told him yet. So I don't know if he's gonna go for it. So I'm asking you from a man's standpoint, what do you think?
You want this judge in now?
Yeah.
Why y'all even talking about marriage?
Okay, but why can't have, I mean, what's the problem with a 2 separate household marriage? What is the problem with that? But who said that's not a marriage? Who made that? Why you cannot be in 2 separate places?
Why do we?
Y'all need to understand your vows. You need to understand. I made a video. I said you need to understand what you want, and you need to understand what the people that you want. You need to understand if you want that man, you need to understand what that man wants. They're already talking about marriage, but she hasn't expressed what she wants, so she don't even know if he wants this separate household marriage. Again, this is why I said you have to. Honesty would have saved her and this man so much time, because she could have just been honest from jump. Listen, she basically just wants somebody to sleep with on occasion. That's what she wants. She wants what all the females want. She wants the female goal is to just have a man that she can call upon to have some relations with, and then he leaves and go about his merry own way. But he only belongs to her. That's where the marriage comes in at. Because other than the fact that you only want him to be sleeping with just you, why do you even need to be married? She doesn't want kids. She doesn't want him living with her. You don't want you don't want marriage. You want the relations. Let's let Steve Harvey continue.
We have a problem with 2 household marriages because ain't nobody in here married living in 2 households.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, okay, but everybody also in the audience don't live the same either. So this is my life. So I'm just asking.
Yeah, it's your life, baby. You do what you want to.
It's not her life. It's their life. You're not affecting you. This is not a choice where you're saying, I still want to be single and do this. You want to be married and do this, which changes everything because she's already only thinking about herself. She's being selfish. And instead of going on a TV show and talking to this with Steve, she should have been talking to her man. Let's continue.
I'm just what you said from a male perspective.
Yeah.
You want me to marry you and go live in another house.
Right.
What you think I'm gonna be doing in this other house?
No. Okay.
I'm just from the male perspective.
Okay. Okay, but you can come over.
She didn't say stay tonight.
Okay.
She said come visit.
Let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Why do you want to be married?
I don't necessarily have to be married.
Okay.
I don't, but he wants to, and I do love him.
Okay, do you think a marriage could survive if y'all live in 2 households in the same city?
I do.
She's single.
Who else feels that
She's
way?
never been married. She's never
She
tried
feels
this.
that way? Okay, watch this. No, I'm going to help you out. Stand up now. You think that could work?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now, just stop. I believe you. That's okay. You ready? Are you married?
No.
Okay. The only other person in here that think what you said is a good idea is the other pretty lady that ain't married. I'm just, okay, let me help you out. Ma'am, see the lady right here with the black, just go to her right here. You can stay seated, ma'am. Are you married, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
How long you been married?
40 years.
40 years. Let me ask you a question, ma'am. Would the man sitting next to you, would that happen to be your husband?
Absolutely.
Let me ask you something. Could you go into that house y'all been living in for 40 years and tell him that you want a separate house?
Hell no.
Let's stop it right there. That's enough information. A female who literally just she's telling you, she's leaving it all out there. All she wants is the ring, but she doesn't even really want that. So why are we here? Why do you even bring that up? There's certain things that some men, like I said with Steve Harvey, you just can't even try to find another way around it, because the logic doesn't even support what she's saying. She doesn't even sound logical. She's never been in a marriage, but she believes this random way can just work. Never tried it, never talked to the guy about it. You're only thinking about yourself. Steve Harvey hit the nail on the head. But my problem with Steve Harvey is, then again, he turns around and he gives relationship advice based on him trying to make a sale or trying to promote his book or whatever he has going on. Let's go ahead to our next video and let's listen to what is going on.
Hey, Steve.
Hey.
So I met a guy on an online dating app in December, and we had a good first date. We went to church, we had breakfast together, but we ended up splitting the bill in half. Since then, we ended up meeting about 4 more times together in total, and
Who
my
paid for that
problem
bill?
is,
When y'all meet the next 4 times, who paid for that bill?
we paid our own way.
Okay.
Yo, so that's my problem. When we first met, he said that he was interested in looking for a relationship, and so was I. So, I don't know. What do you think, Steve? Do you think that he only sees me as a friend, or do I be bold and ask him, or just see how it plays out?
He said,
Let's stop it right there. The only information she's given us is that she met a guy, they've been to church, they're dating, they went out, and she stressed the fact that she had to pay for her portion of them going out. That's all the information we've got right now. Again, we can't give advice. She hasn't even really, I don't even know what the problem is at this point. So let's keep going.
he was looking for a relationship. You said you was looking for a relationship.
Right?
There are some men that's slower than others. There are some men that's afraid of rejection. There are men who just take it easy. How old is he?
32.
Now, what did happen? No, I'm going to tell you what didn't happen to him. Homeboy been hurt.
Straight left field. Straight left. All she says, they've been on 4 dates and she's paid her own portion. And he switched it to, my man is hurt. He switched it to, I guess because he's older, he don't know what he wants. We don't even have enough information to go off of. Nothing. She hasn't said anything like he's. I hate this. Let's just let it continue a little bit more.
And hasn't he told you that?
Yes, he has.
Yeah, see, he been hurt. Somebody stained him real bad. Now, he might like you, but he don't want to set himself for another stinging.
Stop. Now I gotta stop it because the only information we've got is that she's paid for her own portion of their dates, and they've been out 4 times. How does that equate to him being hurt? So after what, 3 dates, we should be in a relationship? 3 dates? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's say Steve Harvey and this female are basing this strictly off of the fact that they went on 4 dates. And I guess they should be together by now? What if he just wants to make sure this is, he's not jumping into another relationship stupidly? They don't even have to be hurt. I don't think you have to be hurt to judge the right way. If all we've been on is dates going outside, this is just me, if I haven't slept with you or been inside your house, that's not enough for me to say I want to be in a relationship with you. Most of y'all females think just because you see me and you see this good looking body that you should just automatically want to cherish me. And most dudes say, listen, I need a little bit more. I need to see what else is going on before I'm going to commit. Especially high value men are not going to give you their commitment for nothing. Most of y'all need to understand that. Y'all mess with dudes. She's probably messed with dudes who were quick to jump in relationships before him. So she doesn't know how to handle when a guy says, no, baby, I'm not going to just give you my commitment. You have to earn it. Some of y'all don't understand that high value men make you earn their commitment. Females want commitment and resources from men. Men want sexual relations and loyalty from women. Stop giving that stuff away for free. Stop giving it away for the low. And most of us high value red pill men have learned that we can't just throw around relationships all willy-nilly because that decreases our value. What makes us valuable because we're hard to keep. It's not hard to sleep with a high value man, but it's hard to make one your man. It's hard to keep one. Let's let it continue.
Somehow you're going to have to show him in your own way that you're not in the hurting business.
See, but I don't know how much time I have left. I am young, I'm celibate, and I'm ready for love, Steve.
Celibate.
So what now?
Celibate.
What?
Celibate.
I said I'm young, I'm celibate, and I'm ready for love. So I don't know.
You celibate?
Celibate.
I am waiting.
Okay, so what's wrong? Hell, you celibate.
Right.
You still celibate.
Celibate.
He ain't asked you for nothing.
Right.
What?
Stop. Steve Harvey's confused because as a man, that's why I played the last skit, because as a man, certain things you just can't beat the logic of it. So let me break it down for anybody that still doesn't understand. What she just said is that, listen, we've been on dates. He hasn't paid the full bill for the dates. She's paid her own portion. She's celibate and hasn't given him sexual relations. So as of right now, the two things that they hold most value and they believe that the other person wants from them, they've both withheld that to see if it's genuine. Let's let it play a little bit more.
Confused.
Because I'm waiting. So I'm saying because I'm waiting until I'm married to have intercourse with someone at this point.
Okay.
And this guy, he seems to be dealing with a lot of hurt. And you're saying I should let him know that I'm not in the hurting business.
Okay, let me ask you something. Have y'all had this celibate conversation?
We have.
Guess what? Now he's playing it safe so he don't create a situation.
Right.
You gotta...
False. He didn't went completely to focusing on the man when he should have stuck right there. She just gave you the answer. Because some of y'all women, I know y'all feel like this. Y'all feel like, well, if I want a man of value, then I should withhold sex. But that's completely fine. Over here in the logical space, in my space, I'm going to tell you, I don't argue what you choose to do. I argue the fact that when you choose to do that, y'all want to argue the results that you get. You need to think about these things before you choose to do them. So what you're doing is if you go into a relationship and say, listen, I'm not having sex until I'm married, fine. But as a man, we're going to say, well, I'm not giving you my resources or my money until I'm married. Y'all want this even world, but y'all don't give it the equality that it should be equal to. Well, Larry, why do you think that you should be able to withhold your money? Because you're withholding the sex. You're withholding what men want. Stop trying to tell us what we want. Stop trying to say, well, you get my time and you get my beauty. I can get that from anywhere. I can get the time and beauty from any of these females out here and get the sex. So why would I stop and just say, no, your beauty is just so overwhelming that I have to just put my life on pause for a year minimum, because that's generally how long it takes to get, that's the very minimum that it takes to get married. Most people don't even get married for 2-3 years. But I should put my life on hold for 2-3 years because you beautiful at the time that I start talking to you. I should just wait. And if he decides to do that, then the man should be able to say, okay, you're withholding your sex because you feel like that you should be able to do that in order to, it's not she's not doing it because she's a virgin and wants to wait until marriage to get married. She's done the sex thing in the past and chooses now to says, listen, even though I've done my deeds in the past, now that you here, I'm gonna make you wait for it. This is how men think. I want y'all to listen to a man. Don't argue with me for a second. Just listen. Listen. I've done my thing. He didn't ask how old she was, by the way. We don't know. Don't even matter. I don't care if she's 22. She's had relations before. She's had enough to realize that she don't want to just keep bouncing from man to man. She wants to save it for marriage. Fine. But you need to understand that men are going to come into a relationship and say, so you've given it up to all these dudes that probably wasn't shit. Wasn't nothing. You just gave it to probably anybody. And then now, I got to put in work for the same thing that them dudes got for free. I got to work for it. Fine. Let's just say I do. I say, forget it. I want to work for it. But you're not going to be able to just come in and still get everything you want from me. You're not giving 100% to this relationship already. You're already saying I'm going to hold back until you offer your commitment. So then he should be able to say, all right, I'm going to hold back until you offer the relations that I want. That's how it should be. And if not, then you should come in good faith. Come in good faith. I'm not saying sleep around. What I'm saying is do what he's doing is absolutely correct. Let's not have sex. Let's go on dates, get to know each other, get in a relationship, and then we can start doing that stuff and building up to the marriage. He's doing it right, but instead Steve is making it like it's because he's been hurt in the past. This don't have nothing to do with hurt. This has something to do with basic principles of logic. Most men don't do it that way because they're not aware. He's aware. He's like, dude, she don't want to have sex with me, so I shouldn't be splurging out on her either. Why would I? She's not going into it with good faith, so I should just wait, take 2-3 years of me just spending my money, giving her my all, and she's not giving me her all. Let's let it play a little more.
Understand? See, he ain't been celibate.
He has.
He been hurt. So now you done told the man you're gonna be celibate, you're gonna save yourself till you marry. So he trying to figure out how long I can do this so I can stay with her so I don't ask her to break her celibacy. Men ain't complicated.
That makes no sense. What he just said to her, because he's too busy trying to focus on making it about the man having a problem. He said the man is saying, let me see how long I can do this. What is he doing? Again, because you got to go back to what Steve just said. He didn't even get nothing. He's not getting nothing. They're splitting the bill and she's not having relations with him. So what is he getting from just dating her? He not coming up on nothing. That's the advice you give to somebody who's having sex with her and saying, let's wait on marriage. That's the kind of advice. He's giving the wrong type of advice, and this is what bothers me because y'all so busy not making it about logic. I'm not saying I have a problem with what she's doing. I'm saying that I have a problem that she's complaining about the effects of what she chose to do. She chose to be celibate, and now she's mad that the man is withholding his commitment and his resources. That's all we have that females want. This is what being aware is. Is most females look at looks 4th or 5th somewhere down the list. Y'all want looks, but it's not top priority. Top priority is where the man is in life. Not all females, most aware females. Where he is in life, how much money he has, his resources. Then you start going into his looks. Because I know plenty of rich, fat, ugly dudes that get all the baddest girls. I know half of y'all females watching this gonna sit back, and if if Drake came up, we ain't gonna use Drake, but I use Moneybag because he's high value, and I don't believe he looks no different than myself or anybody else. I believe he's just a normal dude off the block who got rich. And I like to use him because I know a lot of girls be like, oh my God, Moneybag is goes NBA young boy. Y'all, if he came up to y'all right now, y'all would just drop your drawers. And it's just about the money. Let's let Steve Harvey continue.
We either this or we that. There ain't no complication to us. All you women that's complicated, you know what makes us complicated, y'all? Because y'all keep hoping we gonna be like you one day. You figure if you communicate, he ought to communicate. If you love him and nurture him, he ought to love and nurture you. I don't know who told you that, but that's not how this works.
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, it's not.
Yes, it is.
So how do I let him know I'm not trying to hurt him? How do you have a conversation like that?
Have you told him that?
I have.
It has nothing to do
And what
with
did
being
he say?
hurt.
He doesn't believe me.
Let me ask you something. The one thing about women is you all have some magnificent qualities.
Mm-hmm.
You can't think of no way to convince him.
And boom, he's made it about sex. How else could she convince him that she's not trying to hurt him? By giving him the sex. What he just did was give her my answer, but he said it in the most stupid way for the most stupid reasons. He told her that. When what he should have said, listen, you're withholding your sex. He's withholding his money and his commitment. If you want the money and the commitment, then you have to relinquish the sex. It's just that simple. You cannot have these double standards, because most men are waking up and said, I'm not about to keep cashing out on women who's telling me I gotta wait on something that she used to give guys for nothing. She used to give corny dudes for nothing. Now I gotta wait on this and I gotta cherish something that you didn't even cherish. That makes sense. Kevin Samuels, the man, said in the show that, where's my notes, because I love to use notes, young females period, every year that you spend bossing up, every year that you spend waiting on a man or saving your looks or your sex for whoever, there's a newer model coming off the line. Most of y'all still want a new car price for a used vehicle. What do you mean? This ain't used, this that fire. Biology is telling us that is not. I'm not going around here thinking that I'm some 18-year-old stud that can still go in the bedroom for hours. Y'all gotta understand and wake up about yourself. You need to understand yourself before you understand anything else. And what we need to understand as people is that Father Time and Mother Nature are undefeated. Our looks will start to fade. Our bodies will start to fade. And there will still be newer, younger, hotter people coming up right behind us. And if all you have to offer is looks and sex, this younger, hotter version has better looks and probably better sex. It's just that simple. And what y'all females don't understand, the reason I'm talking to females is because men have got that point, and men are looking at you and starting to say this. Wait a minute. This girl withholding the sex when she's 32. I got this 25-year-old trying to give it to me, who look better, gonna look better longer, and probably got better, tighter. Females, wake up. And I'm not saying, I know people gonna watch this and say, because I'm still had it at 40. I get it, but that's not what men think. Forget what you think. Think you have to understand what the person you want wants. And if the man dealing with you only wants sexual relations because you're cute and young, at some point he's going to go for cuter and younger. That's why you have to bring more to the table. If the man you're dealing with only wants you because you have that whop, eventually he's gonna go get more whop. Your whop isn't just gonna stay the best whop in the world. Eventually, if that's all he wants from you and that's all he's getting from you, he's gonna go get it from younger, tighter. Understand this. Men have understood this. This is why we have to build value and resources. We've understand that you can't just come at me and say, oh my God, he look good. Because at some point, 18-year-old Pookie gonna start looking better than me. He gonna dress better. He gonna be more hip. I don't even dress like that no more like I used to in my teens. So of course there's gonna be a younger dude coming up that's gonna focus strictly on the looks. And if that's all my girl wants is looks, she's gonna go for him. Which is why we have to build value as men. We gotta build leadership. We gotta be able to protect. We gotta bring more to the table than just, here's a cute face. Because if that's the case, you're just gonna keep going for cuter faces. That's my time for the day. I just wanted to make sure we got it across that sometimes even the most beta men, they can't argue the logic. Even Steve Harvey was confused when he said, listen, you're not even getting the sex, so what we here for? What you talking about? Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Message me if you have to. Follow me on my social media pages. Tell your friends about it. If you got any grievances that you like, that you didn't like, let me know. That's my time. I'm out.